Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Legacy United Doom and Destruction Collection, Bludgeon and Rukus. Now, this has been a 2-pack that I've been really excited for ever since it was first shown off. Although I kind of delayed myself getting it. Like, I've always wanted to get it, but every time I had the chance, some other figures caught my interest more, so... But I finally have these two, and let's be honest, I bought this for Rukus. But we will also look at Bludgeon. But first of all, of course, we've got the box to look at. So of course, we've got Legacy United Doom and Destruction Collection. And of course, this year they're butting heads with the Wreckers, so that's cool. Can't wait to get those sets. Here we have Rukus and Bludgeon. And I'll talk more about this Bludgeon design soon, but anyway, we can see tentacles for some reason. I don't know if they were trying to hit at like Octopunch or something, but there's been no hints at Octopunch coming soon, like in Age of the Pride. There's been no leaks of him, so I don't know what the tentacles are for. It's not, like, come on, this is not anime. So anyway, this side, of course, we've got Bludgeon eating a bunch of hay for some reason. Got some Cybertronian, which I'll let you transcribe that. This side, we got the freaking Mayhem Attack Squad symbol. Of course, got Rukus right there. Back up in both modes. So here we have Bludgeon. And here we have Rukus, or I guess Rukus in this case, because they had to change the name. But come on, it's Rukus. It's not Grabouche this time. I thought it was weird with like renaming trademark. Like, I thought it was weird with like trademark renames a few years ago, but at least this time it's just taking a letter out. But And in the top we got the symbol once again, which is pretty cool looking. Do not like the tentacles though, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. And now let's move on to the actual figures. So of course, these are pretty much just retools of Beachcomber and, well, Bludgeon. And let's start this off with Bludgeon, because honestly, I think this is the most boring after the two. Like, he still looks really cool, but Rukus just has so much going on. So yeah, Bludgeon's the same as his retail version, just with a new chest plate here and a new head. So we can see I've got the sword in here already. I have to take that thing off. But yeah, of course, it's the hard mold, which we've seen multiple times already. So of course, the dual barrel cannons are right here. I've got the little tiny cannons right here at the front. Of course, we have the treads. We don't have the rolling wheels, but This time it's done up in this pea and mustard green, like pea green and mustard yellow, which okay. Still have the hands sticking out, so there you go. And of course, underneath it's pretty much the exact same. So there you go. Yeah, not really much to say here in the tank mode, although, well, when we do get to the robot mode, then we'll see why he looks like this. But of course, for accessories, we do have the sword. Of course, we've got the cannons attached onto here and the actual thing that holds onto the cannons. So we can just attach the sword onto here. The cannons can, of course, move up and down. And this whole block can just rotate. And of course, blast effect compatibility. Well, we can just plug these in. Or we can just take another blast effect and plug it into these little tiny bits, which these are kind of loose, like they constantly move outwards, but yeah, these can plug into here as well. So we can really arm this guy up. It's really cool. So yeah, not really much to say. So let's compare it with the retail bludgeon. And this guy is in the much more recognizable colors. Like, I could almost say that this is an entirely new character, and I'm pretty sure people would believe me, but you can also just see that the chest plate is different. And I'm sure there's some minor things that are different, although I've not noticed yet. I'm pretty sure this is not translucent plastic anymore, because on this version, yeah, you can see, it's just painted over translucent plastic, whereas up here, fully opaque plastic. So yeah, and that's pretty much it for Bludgeon. We'll move on to his transformation later. So let's move on to the real meat and potatoes of this. Rukus! And yeah, this is what I bought the set for, because oh my god, this looks amazing. I mean, yeah, there's a few things that are wrong, such as I'm pretty sure these details that are based on stickers, I think these are placed upside down. Doesn't really affect me, but there is another thing in robot mode that we'll see, but we'll get that soon. But seriously, look at this. If I said that this is a Beachcomber retool, like, it doesn't even look like a retool. It just looks like an entirely new figure. That's how much retooling they did. Like, I'd expect them to just do a new head retool and that's it. Because that's what they did with Windsweeper. But no, they did a full-on like reshell of this figure, and it looks amazing for it. Like, side detailing looks amazing. Of course, we still have ports of the plug-in weapons if you want. We still have the nice PVC plastic wheels, so if you want, you can take these off. And these might also chip paint, so be careful. But, I mean, look at this. This guy rolls beautifully. Like, this guy in Beachcomber has some of the best rollers that I've got. Seriously. That's how well this thing rolls. It's amazing. The back, we don't really have much. I mean, the head's visible, but And we've got a port on top if you want to plug in a gun. So there you go. But anyway, speaking of guns, of course, with this being a trigger con, well, of course, like the original figure that had the spring-loaded weapon, well, on this version, well, you just flip them out yourself, but he retains the guns. Dude, that's amazing. Like with Crankcase, he only had them in robot mode, and even then they were tiny, and with Windsweeper, they just made him target masters, but here, Rukus fully retains the trigger con gimmick, which I think is amazing. I'm like, dude, seriously. I know I'm gushing over such a tiny gimmick, but it's just so cool that they retained it for this guy, especially with this being a really heavy retool of someone else. And of course, if I bring back the blast effects, will these work? Yes, they will! So you can plug in blast effects here. So that is actually amazing. And if you want, these are like separate, so if you want these to come off and have them hold them in robot mode, then, well, that is an option. So yeah. And of course, with these like being manual this time instead of being spring-loaded, you can adjust how far they go. If you want them shooting straight up, if you want them shooting backwards, if you want them being just like the original toy as intended, it's up to you. And of course, quickly looking at the bottom, it's just a robot mode. But as I've said before, we never displayed figures like this in vehicle mode, do we? So it's fine. But honestly, I'm just gushing so hard at this because it just looks amazing. And well, if I bring in the other Triggercons, so Crankcase, who's there in year 1, and fellow, I guess, Mayhem Attack Squad member Windsweeper. So here we have all the Triggercons reunited, and honestly, this looks amazing. Just having all 3 Triggercons back together in Generations. Because, I mean, yeah, you could technically do that before with, like, the Collector Club version of these guys, and I guess maybe movie Crankcase, like the Red Alert Redeco, I don't know. But I think this is the first time that these guys have full-on just had actual proper Generations figures together. And honestly, it's beautiful. These guys look amazing together. Like, sure, we don't get this guy's like flip out guns in vehicle mode, and these guys are target masters, but still. Now, hopefully one day we'll get the Trigger Boss, but maybe we have to wait a few years for that, but patience is a virtue. Now, let's put him next to the guy like he's a retool of. Here's Beachcomber. So you can see just how much retooling they've done. I mean, holy crap. Like, seriously, they've redone the legs, they've redone the whole roll cage to just be his back section, and the guns, the guns aren't even there on Beachcomber. If anything, like, the only things that are the same are pretty much the skeleton for the transformation, the wheels, and yeah, I think the pants are the same. But aside from that, almost everything is entirely new. Well, the gun at the front here is the same because he does also have like the bumper gun, but it's much more like hidden on Rukus. But still, hard to believe that these guys are retools of each other. Like, I thought it would be like this guy in Rukus colors with a new head, but seriously, they went the extra mile. And finally, here's my G1 Rukus. And I think this guy is why I like this guy so much. Because, I mean, I've got the G1 figure, so it makes sense I'd be smitten with this guy. So yeah, it's me being biased. I'm sorry, but come on. Just look how well they replicated everything. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure this decal is upside down on here, but we can see that the windshields are the same. They've replicated the back bit. The guns flip out in a similar fashion, which I'll show. Actually get these out. So yeah, they kept the side decals. Although this side doesn't have a Decepticon symbol, but and they've even kept the whole robot mode underneath thing, which is pretty cool. Although, as we can see, the decals here, they're meant to be on its crotch instead of the hands, and I've just noticed my Rukus seems to have the decals that are meant to be here on his shoulders. I mean, I did buy this on eBay years ago, so that was not my fault, but I only just noticed that. So yeah, my G1 Rukus seems to have these details on his shoulders for some reason, but hey, still cool to have this new version next to the OG, which is pretty cool. I couldn't do that with Windsweeper. So, enough rambling on. Let's go back to having these two together. And again, these two look pretty cool together. But yeah, Rukus is definitely way more, I guess, impressive. Although, the source of where this guy comes from is definitely cool as well. We'll get to in the transformations. So, I guess let's just move on to that. I've got a lot of other figures to transform first as well, so if you'll just let me pause first. Now, the transformation for Bludgeon is, well, I mean, it's how you'd expect Bludgeon and Tarn to transform, but Rukus' transformation is, honestly, there's a few surprises there, but, well, of course, start off with Bludgeon, because it's the exact same transformation that we've seen with, well, it's the same transformation that we've seen before with this mold, so no point going over it, so let's just speed through this. Like, we've seen this multiple times, so, yeah, so we just fold up the treads here, undo the legs, get the arms out, fully unfold the legs, snap those in, get the feet out, fold around this bit of armor, I guess. Spin around the hands. Do the same with this. Just do the same with this side. Slip that bit up. Spin it around. Pull out these treads. Move the arms down. Actually get... One side always wants to fight me on this version. There we go, then just flip out these bits. For the legs, and that's pretty much it. And for Rukus, well, of course, with a G1 figure, we know how this goes. We just pull up the front, spin the legs around, and that's it. But for the new version, well, seeing how this is pretty much taking the skeleton of Beachcomber, how's this going to transform? Well, pretty much, I'm just going to get the guns out of the way. Untab this. Bring this up from underneath. Then just try and spin all this around. There we go. I forgot to remove the gun. There we go. Yeah, just spin the entire front around, just like with Beachcomber. Then just close up these little panels. These bits will fold in to form heels. Then we can split the legs. The arms will just untab. They tab in here and here. And we're nearly done. So just spin the head around. So that's Rukus in robot mode. So yeah. So just bring the two together. And yeah, these two look pretty cool together. I mean, of course, Bludgeon is pretty tall, but I mean, the mold itself is quite tall because, trust me, this is a pretty tall deluxe. But anyway, let's just start off with Bludgeon. And first of all, why does he look like this? Well, this is actually how Bludgeon looked in the Stormbringer IDW comics. So, like, some of the first IDW comics ever, I'm pretty sure, like the Stormbringer miniseries, this is how Bludgeon looked. So yeah, well, the retail Bludgeon, I'm pretty sure, is meant to reference how he looks in the reboot comics for IDW, I'm pretty sure. This is meant to reference how he looks in Stormbringer. So yeah, that's a pretty cool reference. So having a quick 360, of course. We know this mold by now. Got these little bits sticking out. Pretty much the only new things that I can see are the chest, which is entirely new, and the head, which has that, I guess, exposed wire look. That's how he just really loves spaghetti. I don't know. So yeah. And of course we can give him his stuff. So we can either plug this into the side of the arm, or of course I do with normal bludgeon, plug this onto the back. And then the sword can either go on the back, or of course we can just have him hold it. So yeah, pretty cool. Colors are giving me a serious Ninja Turtle vibe here, but Plus, if I put him next to the normal bludgeon, we can see how they look together. So there you go. And yeah, the articulation is pretty much the exact same as this guy. So head, shoulders, knees, toes. But yeah, of course, has on a ball joint. T-posing is pretty much the same as... He's got trigger-happy shoulders, but the arms can go forward. We've got the standard like elbows, bicep rotation, waist rotation. Really good knee, as you've seen with this mold. Feet can move. They can like swivel, do the splits, pivot. Yeah, we've seen it before. It's just... let's just move on to Rukus. But trust me, this guy does look really cool. It's just... this guy is honestly amazing in my opinion. Like, yeah, he looks simple. Pretty sure the decals are kind of based on... like, the decals are straight up based on a picture from TF Wiki where the stickers were applied wrong on the original figure. I mean, on my Rukus, like, these are literally placed on the shoulders, for God's sake. But anyway, keep in mind, this is a Beachcomber retool, and he doesn't even look like Beachcomber. So, yeah. I'm just having a 360 get this guy. I mean, again, you can barely see the Beachcomber DNA here, aside from, like, the wheels. Like, he's actually got a port here in the back for, like, weaponizers and all that, so... well, no ports for laser feet, unfortunately, but, well... and the head... of course, that's Rukus' head, although... maybe would have preferred it to be green, like the toy, but... it still looks really cool. And of course, we can take this, which is meant to be the front grille. It can now be a gun, which... I mean, sure, why not? And of course, this can still take blast effects, I'm pretty sure. Yep. But let's be honest, why would he need those when... shoulder cannons! Just like the original toy. And these can take blast effects. Or, if you want, these can come off. They're packed separately. And he can hold on to them. Although, I'm noticed on my copy, this hand seems to just refuse to hold on to stuff. Like, it doesn't hold on to the gun. It's not holding on to these guns. This hand just refuses to hold on to anything, it seems. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know, maybe he just got... maybe he just has arthritis, I don't know. But still, shoulder cannons, which is really cool. And unfortunately, there's no little bird from the play with or something, but I don't see him coming with one anyway, so... But yeah, this guy looks amazing. Plus, they managed to keep the trigger con gimmick, which... Dude, that's amazing. So, putting him with the other trigger cons... Yeah, these guys look amazing together. Just keep in mind, like, Crankcase was, like, retail, like, well, year 1 of Legacy. These guys are both Doom and Destruction releases. So, yeah. But, honestly, I'm just glad the Trigger Cons are all reunited now. Next up, so we put him next to Beachcomber, who I seem to have lost the bird for while prepping for this recording, but we can see that he's actually taller than Beachcomber. Like, dude, the retooling has made him taller. Holy crap. So he's now got taller boots. Because, like, normally he'd be like, well, around here. So, yeah. That's how amazing his retool is. Like, holy shit. Although, it doesn't do the spine yank anymore. So, I guess there's a trade-off for that, but oh well. But still, like, I did have my suspicions that this guy would be a Beachcomber retool, but again, I didn't think it would be that heavy. And finally, G1 Rukus with his misplaced stickers, but well. Again, these guys look really good together. You can see just how well they've done this update, even if some details are put in the wrong place, but well. Maybe if it does like a bit of pebble paint here, or like a bit of pebble plastic sticking out to reference the button, but still, this guy is amazing. And bringing back Bludgeon. Yeah, I can see these two being a good, like, I guess, team up. But anyway, for this guy's articulation, head can go side to side, shoulders can move, can T-pose, although guns do get in the way of that, but he can't T-pose. Elbows, rotation there at the bicep, wrist rotation, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, very slight, but you can't do it. Waist rotation, you can kick forward, you can kick back. He's got knees, well, standard knees, but Bludgeon makes up for that. He's got a pivot, and that's the entire foot, by the way. So, yeah. Definitely less puzzle than Bludgeon, but still, these guys look really good together. Like, of course, with Bludgeon, you can do the whole thing with the combining guns, but we've seen that in, like, Tarn's video and all that, so no point going all over that again. So, let's just end this here. So, complaints. Well, with Bludgeon, it's pretty much the exact same that I've had with this mold before. So, unique complaints. Honestly, I can't really think of any, because it's just meant to be like IW1 Bludgeon, for example. So, yeah, same complaints that I've had with this mold before. For Rukus, mainly the same complaints. That was a voice crack. Mainly the same complaints that I've had with Beachcomber. Or for new complaints, the transformation can be quite fiddly at times, especially when trying to rotate the legs in, because you have to have the door like this and then fold the leg up instead of fully open. Well, I say fully open, it opens that far, but still, you have to try and maneuver the legs in such a way. Plus, the arms The honors can be kind of tricky to tab in at times, especially trying to tab the shoulders there. Plus, on my copy, this hand just refuses to hold anything. I'm pretty sure that's my copy, but still, he can't dual wield, unfortunately. So if you wanted to dual wield these shoulder cannons, and he can't, unfortunately. And also, maybe just dual wield with this, because honestly, it's unnecessary. But still, I love this set. So, I recommend it if you don't have it already? Honestly, I think Rukus himself is worth it. Like, Bludgeon is really cool, but come on. Like, Rukus may have a few inaccuracies, but I don't mind. Rukus still looks amazing. Like, yeah, tricky to transform, but still. I think out of all the Trigger Clone updates, this one is the absolute best. Because Crankcase was just, like, scared for some new retooling. Windsweeper was Needle Nose with a new head. This guy, like, if I had this guy and didn't have Beachcomber, I would have been convinced that this is a new mold. So, yeah, Rukus himself makes this worth it. But if you want this for Bludgeon as well, then that's perfectly fine. But I absolutely recommend this. And I even have the Chop Strip and Barrage on the way, so stay tuned for a review on that when I get that set. So, yeah. So, this has been my review on Doom and Destruction Collection, Rukus and Bludgeon. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.